Hi, it's Aunt Hillary, and I'm going to tell you about another rad woman. We're going to learn about Ursula K. LeGuin, whose books showed us that other worlds are possible. Ursula grew up in Berkeley, California, the child of two well-known anthropologists. Her family home was a gathering place for scientists, students, writers, and all sorts of interesting people. This was at a time when most young girls were expected to be seen, not heard, but Ursula's parents thought the opposite. They encouraged their intelligent daughter to ask questions and to learn from their fascinating guests. Ursula was inspired to write stories. She loved making up imaginary new worlds and creating characters like the ones she read about in Norse mythology, Alice in Wonderland, and The Hobbit. She submitted her first short story to a magazine when she was 11. It was rejected, but she didn't lose faith in herself and kept on writing. By the time she was in her early 20s, she had written 5 novels, but nothing had been published. She still didn't give up. She started writing science fiction because she thought it might be easier to get it published. And she was right. Popular magazines started printing her stories and taking note of this exciting new writer. In the 1950s and 60s, most science fiction writers were men. Their work was popular, it wasn't seen as real literature. People thought their books were just about aliens and robots. Ursula helped change that perception. Like other sci-fi stories, her books described future worlds, but Ursula also explored important issues like gender, war, and religion in her work. In her novel, The Left Hand of Darkness, most of her characters had no gender at all. Also, Ursula thought it was wrong that the heroes in sci-fi and fantasy novels were always white. So she made a conscious effort to include a variety of skin tones in her novels. When her publisher tried to put only white people on the covers of her books because they thought they would sell more copies that way, Ursula demanded that they be changed. And Ursula doesn't just write sci-fi. She has published 21 novels, 11 volumes of short stories, 4 collections of essays, 12 children's books, and 6 volumes of poetry. She has won many awards and is an inspiration for numerous writers and has helped millions of readers to imagine the possibilities of the future. So when you find something you love, keep at it, keep fighting, and remember to speak out and speak up and fight for what's right and what you believe in. I will always love you and I will always miss you until I get to see you again. Bye.